Okay, everyone, we're back for the third time in a row. Third time in a row that the live stream cut off.
Yeah.
Jesse, I gotta figure out how to stop this from happening. It getting plain out ridiculous, you know.
Alright. Anyways.
But let's go on for another 30 minutes because in 30 minutes I'll call it a night. But let me just say this. Brightline is doing good, and the airlines are freaking out, and they're right now trying everything they can to screw over Brightline. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take rocket science. We know what the airlines are trying to do, and they're still trying to do it. You know, like literally. We. It starts on how to do the live stream tonight, but it's just crazy.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. After my /WLRN investigation, Classification Chief Sean Duffy commenced tackling flatline train deaths in South Florida.
What he need? All right. Can I say this, Genesis? Duffy need to crack down on a driver. It's not Brightline fault though. If they start blaming Brightline, they're a fucking problem, you know. But if you think about it, Duffy has too much money in Brightline, so if Brightline gets screwed over, he gonna lose a shitload of money, you know.
Right. We have to try to get that number to zero, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said Wednesday at the Congressional Committee meeting.
Look,
Duffy was responding to U.S. Representative Federico Will, a Miami Democrat, who said the WLRN investigation highlighted the need for stronger rail safety commitments in South Florida.
like
I think Demetrius needs to this article too.
oh yeah, we need to send it to Demetrius, you know. That's what we need to send it to. But let me just say this. Is that Brightline is doing so good that the airlines are freaking out. Also, guess who else freaking out? Greyhound.
Oh, jeez.
So Greyhound is also right now freaking out too because the route from Miami to Orlando, one of their most busiest routes, have literally went down. I would talk to one of my friends who lived down in Miami who worked for, I can't remember what type of company it's called, but they do the paperwork and all that check money stat and ridership stat for everything from Brightline to Greyhound to Amtrak, everything. He told me this from when Brightline opened their route from Miami to Orlando, the amount of people riding Greyhound literally was cut in by 50% cut. That big. That literally half of Greyhound riders, you know? Like, it's crazy, ain't it? Like, the fact is, and I'm gonna bring it up, Genesis. The fact is that Greyhound had a big hit. Not even that, like it about a 45% hit to the airline from Miami, you know? Literally, both short haul flight from Miami to Orlando, bus route from Miami to Orlando had a big hit too. Both. And they're right now talking about cutting the amount of buses on the Greyhound route from, you know, and I'm going to bring it up. They're talking about cutting the amount of buses on the Greyhound route from Orlando to Miami. So that right there is yikes. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
That a big, and I mean big blow. No matter how you fit it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But I think there's the reason why I think there's the reason why they're trying to F over Brightline right now again. Because here, Jane, there are another busy route in Florida that is a little less busy than Miami to Orlando, but it's still pretty busy. Guess what route that is?
Yeah.
Orlando to Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
That another heavy use route. And when I say it, and I'm going to say it, that's going to be even worse. Like, because here at Team, there are reasons why we're hearing about this now. Now, because Greyhound and the airline, they're going to be another big blow. Hell, hear me out. The bus route from Miami to Tampa, like the Greyhound route from Miami to Tampa, that's not going to get battery ahead. But the routes heading to Orlando from them places is going to get the biggest hit out of all of them, you know? And let me be honest, this is going to be bad for them, you know? I don't care who it is, but it is a yikes on a yikes for them, you know? But crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm curious, any news on any short lines? Like,
Right.
we have not talked about any short lines for a while. Whew. We'll turn that fan a little bit this way, Val.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I'm for sure. Sure.
Oh, well, we go for that. Genesis, I need to ask, have you ever heard of the macaroni line?
Yeah.
The macaroni line.
That's right.
It a line in Texas. It was built by the the Mexico, Texas, and New York Railroad back in the 1800s. The line was built. Yeah, they called it the macaroni line because the worker used to get macaroni for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Holy smokes, that's crazy.
So it got nicknamed the macaroni line. Ain't that crazy?
That is crazy.
But the line literally, and I'm gonna bring it up, was built by them, took it over by Southern Pacific, and then around the 80s, it was abandoned. It was a line that was abandoned in the 80s. Then, guess who came in and rebuilt the line and reopened it? Guess who? KCS. Kansas City Southern. They literally came in and rebuilt a line that have not seen a train in 2.5 decades. 25 years. Tracks were gone and everything, and they rebuilt the line, literally built an intermodal facility, and now that part of the line, because now part of CPKC, and now like literally came from an abandoned line to a rail line that is so heavily used, it can be counted as a hotspot rail line. Like literally. Talk about a rail, and it reopened in 2009.
Holy smokes.
Like literally, I was watching about it from, I can't remember, it was the YouTuber Louisiana Productions, if I'm right. I can't remember. Well, let me check, because I watched in the video this morning, but it blew my mind. Because did a line like that, it like literally blew my mind that did a rail line that was abandoned back in the 80s. And then was rebuilt from the ground up. Oh yeah, Louisiana Rail Productions. Like literally, like this line, it was abandoned. And KCS literally had the balls to literally resurrect a dead line. And now this line get almost 40, 50 trains per day. Like, literally, like that took them serious time, because a lot of people thought when they bought the line, oh, everybody thought they were crazy, you know? Well, funny thing is, now that they have a line going from Canada down to Mexico, and also the original purpose of the rail line would connect to New York State, now it literally, even though it did not got to a railroad back in the 1800s before it got bought by Southern Pacific, it now does. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like literally, because CPKCS does have lines that go into New York State. So guess what? What? They now literally go from Mexico all the way to New York, and also all the way up to Canada. So they literally exceeded expectations. Took it over almost 100 years, almost, you know, but they did. Ain't that crazy? And I just found that out today about Macaroni Line. Like, look up CPKC at Macaroni Line and look up the history about it. If y'all, or watch Louisiana Protection videos about it. It's crazy. It's worth a watch. Yep, that'll Walmart. But kind of crazy in a way, ain't it, Genesis?
That's crazy.
Do outfit test next month. David.
Also, next month is my birthday, bud. Like, literally.
Hey. That's you. Too loud, David.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But mind blowing, ain't it?
Oh yeah, booty bum, booty bum, booty bum.
You were a little butt, Val, you know that?
No.
So, ironically, my birthday on a Monday here, so that gonna be some oddness, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I literally got a Monday birthday this year.
Oh yeah.
But also, do you know what my birthday would mark too? It would be the 82nd anniversary of the liberation of Paris.
And the day before that will be the independence in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
August 24th.
Oh yeah. But it crazy, Jen. It's like the thing about it. My birthday is an important day in history when you talk about it. Like, if you're talking about World War II history, it's an important day because of the liberation of Paris and France. You know?
Crazy.
Ain't that crazy when you did think about it?
It is.
But yeah. Heck, we did have the 82nd anniversary of D-Day about a month and a half ago, you know? On the 6th of June, 1944. Thinking about Operation Overlord, the song from Sabaton. But crazy, ain't it? You know?
Yep.
Booty booty bump, booty booty bump, booty booty bump.
Well, you're a
booty.
butt for that.
Oh, by the way, David, you gotta make your own research on how to pack at least like you 5 tops and maybe 3 bottoms.
Oh, I know. But
I'm trying to help you.
I know. But it did crazy, Genesis, ain't it?
Twerk your butt.
Yeah.
I need to talk to one of my RL fan friends who live down in Georgia and let them know we're coming down in September, you know, or not September, November for me, or wedding anniversary. But it did crazy, ain't it?
It is.
But what do you think, you know, about the remarkable history of that line, you know? And you know, crazy, we're actually having a repeat of that, but on another railroad. Do you know what railroad that is? Do you remember when we talked about the mountain division up in Vermont and Maine and New Hampshire? Like, the same thing is happening there. That's crazy, you know? But the same thing happened there. Here, team. I think I know the reason why Vermont Rail, the mountain division. What I've been hearing from a friend of mine who worked for Vermont Rail, and I'm going to bring it up. He said that they're talking about bringing intermodal service. The whole reason they bought the mountain division because their own line going down and not tall enough for double stack intermodal trains, you know? So they're a roundabout, meaning that was one of the reasons why they bought the mountain division, you know?
Oh, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to ChatGPT, whatever.
But it's crazy, ain't it?
Hold on.
You know what I mean? Very crazy in a way. But also, the one route that I hope get that same treatment like the macaroni line, and that a line in Colorado called the Tennessee Pass. Am I right? That a route that I hope, and I mean I hope, get the same treatment. Because what happened to that line back in the 1990s? That was dirty, you know? I always will say that what Union Pacific did to the Tennessee Pass was dirty as it could be. There was no excuse to have shut that line down. There was no excuse to rail bank it, even though it's not abandoned yet. They have not announced abandoning it, but there have not been a train on it since the 1990s, you know? Like 1995, if I can remember. Like between 94 and 95. But what happened to that line was unjustifiable, you know? I'll always say it. They done that line dirty. You get what I'm saying, Genesis? Am I right?
David.
Like, literally, like, that was one line that I would say should have gotten better treatment. Hell, when you're coming from Texas heading to Seattle, guess what? That was the sorted route. Am I right? Like, literally, I looked at the line and I noticed it. The Tennessee Pass was the sorted route. If it was still in the service, it would have been the sorted route from Dallas, Texas to Seattle, Washington, you know? You know what I mean? It's just crazy when you just think about it. Because then another short railroad, like, I can't remember the name of the short line railroad, want to buy it to reopen it for passenger and freight service, you know? Because I looked at the route when I mapped it out, and yeah, it's a quick route, even though it's a lot steeper than the Moffat Tunnel, the problem is with the Moffat Tunnel is that you got to go all the way around up to Denver, Colorado. You got to go through the wind field up there, so your train are at mercy when it comes to wind and the snow. The Tennessee Pass, even though it's deep, it's a shorter route. Also, sad reality, we might not get that with the Inwood Saluda grade, RIP. That was a route that I think was done dirty, Like, Saluda grade. Alright, I'm going to bring it up. For people who don't know, the Saluda grade was a line that went from Spartanburg, South Carolina, up to Asheville, North Carolina. The thing is, when you look at it, and if you actually think about train travel, like, literally, at maps, I actually came to the conclusion to this. Train coming from Detroit, train coming from Chicago, heading to Charleston, that would have been a fast fucking route. You would have been able to have a train that would have had a shortcut. Like, literally, I actually looked at it. That would have been a shortcut right there. But no, the train either have to go down through Georgia into Atlanta and they come around to get to Charleston, or they have to take the old loops, the old Fort loops, especially if it's a Norfolk Southern, because that is a Norfolk Southern line. But with the old Fort Loop, even though it would be a little bit, but it would take about, a few hours or like a half a day longer, Like, literally, like, the old Fort Loop would cut, like, hours off, even though you would have to cut trains in half. Like, yes, I know the Saluda grade is a 5% grade. Yes, I know that. But it is still practical. There are no excuses for what y'all suburbanite NIMBYs think, because y'all are effing idiots. Am I right, Genesis?
Absolutely right.
Because here's the thing. All they had to do was to smooth out the route. Like, if you want to get rid of the steep grade, it's simple. Like, we have the technology to literally smooth out the grade and make line. And now with it officially abandoned, they're turning it into a goddamn fucking bike trail. Like, what the absolute fuck is wrong with y'all? Am I right, Genesis? Like,
Right.
like, Jesus. It's so infuriating. Like, literally, I just want to choke the people who think that what was a great idea. I just want to choke them. Because of how effing stupid they are. Am I right, Genesis? Because we all been praying. We've all been praying for them to come to their senses, to turn it either into a tourist railroad, or hell, even let the Blue Southern Railway take over it. Like, literally. Like, y'all literally treat them like crap. Am I right?
What about the short lines? The Sunny Quincentennial celebration.
Like, literally, like the Blue Southern, when the hurricane hit last year, they did not finally got freight and connected back to the outside world until about a month ago. Like, literally, took almost took a year for them to get like connected back to the outside world, Ain't that crazy,
Yeah.
Like, the fact is, Norfolk Southern done it dirty, and everybody was still worried that Norfolk Southern might pull shit on them. We don't want any train going through Asheville. Like, the only reason Genesis, this is the only reason I'm going to bring it up. I know the reason why they're rebuilding the old Fort Loops. Turns out that You remember how they sold the 2 other lines in North Carolina to the state? Like, I can't remember what the N line or the O line in Charlotte. I know they sold the S line. Well, technically that was CXX, but Norfolk Southern sold one of their lines too. But I'm going to bring it up. You know? I'm going to bring it up. I think I know the reason why Norfolk Southern are rebuilding the old Fort Loops. It's because of North Carolina State and also because of Amtrak. You remember the one Amtrak Connect Us plan from a couple years ago that had Asheville as a new route? Genesis, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You remember that one Amtrak Connect Us plan? You remember that one? That had Asheville, North Carolina? But that right there, I'm going to bring it up. I think that the main reason they're rebuilding that line, because even though they don't have that many trains that go through that line, I think that the one main reason they're doing it. You know?
Alright. Yeah, speaking about other short lines, the short lines just started their 10-year celebration. TUP is going to talk a lot about them right now.
Oh boy, here we go.
Alright, let's talk. Alright, here we go. Let's talk about the locomotives that are participating so far. Okay, number one, we have the Nevada Northern Line. Let me show you the screen right now.
Oh yeah, I remember I showed you the one locomotive right here, you know? I think out of all of them, I think the best locomotive are not built, but painted, you know? Like, literally.
We're not sure how many airlines are going to join into the fund.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the Nevada Northern Railway, line 250.